Hey, what's up everybody? It's Kenisha. Welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to take a second to welcome all my new subscribers. I have 1,000 subscribers now. So what we're getting into today are the 1,000 bags that I sold from my collection. Just kidding, but I think 1,000 sounds way worse than like if I said I sold really like 40 bags, you know? I mean, it's really like 40, I think 2 bags over the course of the past 5-10 years. Let me back up. So if you're new to my channel, then you're here for the Louis Vuitton love and functionality, and I got that for you today. My bag for today is the Odeon MM, and I wear her with my beautiful gold chain. This is what I'm rocking and loving today. Okay, so today, instead of telling you the 40 bags that I sold, I'm going to tell you 10 Louis Vuitton bags, okay? 10 Louis Vuitton bags that I sold and why. And I have bought some of these back, okay? I'm telling you this for a reason. The reason for today is I think there's a lot of beautiful bags out on the market these days, but I'm also looking into the reseller market. So I want you all to know that right now that the reseller market is hot, and I have been buying things back from the reseller market. Before I went on Van Island, I had started to buy back some things on the reseller market that I was really into. So we'll start with the first one, which is the utility phone sleeve. I actually have that right here. This bag is one of my favorite bags, and I sold it. I got it for my birthday last year. This is the utility phone sleeve. I got it for my birthday last year, and I ended up selling it earlier this year. I was looking for you. Oh my gosh. Jeez. I'm like, where are my keys? I can't get into the house. I can't get in here. Like, where are these things? Jeez. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm glad that I got it back into my collection. I had to make adjustments for this bag, and I don't recommend selling and buying because seller's remorse is a real thing. I hate living with regrets, okay? So I decided to suck it up, spend the funds, and get this back in my collection. I changed the chain on it so that it's actually longer and can go over my shoulder, and the other chain was a little too short. It was only able to be on my wrist, so that's the reason why, one reason why I sold it. The other reason was I can't stand this canvas strap. You just saw I pulled out the strap to my Eva. I wish I had thought about, you know, using some of the other straps that I have that I just prefer over the chain and the strap it came with. Everything else about this bag is right up my alley. I love it so much. So I had to get it back. So I wanted to just start right off the bat with saying that I think the reseller market is popping right now, and if you're interested in anything on the reseller market, you should consider going for it. All right, so the next bag is the Triangle Softy. It came out in a reverse monogram / monogram hobo, and it came out in this beautiful noir. Was it lambskin? I think it might have been lambskin. I bought it in the noir and kind of still miss it. Like, I'm the kind of person who I'm very picky, so we're getting to know each other, okay? So I hope there's no judgment, no judgment. I'm very picky, and at the time, I had an Eva clutch. My Eva clutch had similar hardware on the side of the handle, like on the side of the bag, which is similar to the handle of the Triangle Softy. At the time, with my Eva clutch, I ended up having to send it in for repair because the metal of this is the strap to the Eva clutch, because the metal of the clasp was rubbing against the hardware on the bag and making it discolored, and I ended up sending that bag in for repair so they would recoat the hardware, which they did for free. Louis Vuitton did for free. But when I just felt like with the Triangle Softy, that bag was $4,000 at the time, okay? I thought it was beautiful. It was so gorgeous, so gorgeous. But I felt like I had just had this kind of bad experience with the Eva clutch at the time, with the hardware having to get repaired, recoated. And I was looking at this $4,000 bag thinking to myself, with the similarities of the hardware, literally rubbing the clasp fits into, that I was going to experience some sort of deja vu with coating, rubbing off, and tarnishing, and me not being able to repair it because it was permanently connected. I don't know, maybe that's too much and over the top, but I basically returned that bag. And even though today I still think it's beautiful, I don't really have any regrets. Like, I don't think I would buy that bag back. I'm gonna move on to the third bag, is the Sully. I love this bag. I love the Sully. This is a bag I have owned multiple times. And when you hear me tell you I have owned things multiple times, it is only a matter of time, okay? I've had the Sully in the PM, the MM, twice in the PM. It might be 3 times because that bag is a classic. I love everything about the Sully. I think the thing about it for me is I had the Sully there's 2 versions of the Sully when they came out. There's the original version where they've got this thick, beautiful vachetta strap. And then there's the later version where they made the strap a little bit less thick, but more pliable, more flexible, that people responded better. Either way, I love the Sully, but I think like I might be interested more in the original thicker version of the strap over the second version that they released. We'll see if the Sully makes its way back into my collection. Sometimes I get nostalgic. When I get nostalgic, I'm just like, there's nothing out on these streets here at Louis Vuitton. I don't see anything. That's what sends me back to the resale market, okay? Moving on to the next bag is the Stresa. I love this bag. I bought it in Azure. I love this bag. It was beautiful, okay? And it had 2 beautiful straps. It actually reminds me of the Cité, but like a more unstructured, floppy version, bigger version of the Cité, because it had like these 2 luggage straps that sort of like framed the bag on both sides, and then it was a shoulder bag. It was one of the first Azure bags I ever bought. It had feet. I love that it had feet. It had microfiber lining inside, which I love. It had so many pockets inside. I love the fachetta. I love the Azure color. I love wearing that bag everywhere in the summer and in the winter. Here's why I sold it. I'm actually wondering if I should have kept it, because it was a really great bag for me to carry like my bags in, like my laptop in. If like there was a second laptop bag that I should have probably kept, it should have probably been the Stresa, because it fit your notebooks, it fit your laptop, it fits so much stuff in there. And for me, it ended up sort of representing the Neverfull. But the reason why I sold it is because I hated that the straps would fall down my arm. Isn't that annoying? It's like the most annoying feeling when one strap, you know, just kind of like rolls down your arm and you got to constantly pull it back up. I mean, just, I don't know. And it was so big. I don't understand why that would happen. I just don't even understand why that kept happening. Maybe it's because it was unstructured. It was kind of like a floppy bag. And I don't know if that was also part of the problem. But at the end of the day, it started to annoy me, and I need to enjoy my bags. Marie Kondo, bring joy, bring me joy. And so when that started to happen, it had to go. Moving on to number 5, the Boite Souple. I love this bag. I always love all the bags that I buy. There's always a reason why I buy them. There's always a reason why I sell them. There's always a season for every bag to be here. There's always a reason for every bag to leave here. All right, you guys, you know, I just like to have fun on my channel. I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you're enjoying, you know what you need to do, right? Subscribe and turn on notifications. The Boite Souple was one of my favorite bags to take to the beach, to travel on a road trip. Whole canteen effect. It's just the whole aesthetic of that bag is so cute to me, so different. Despite the appearance of it, I felt it held so much. When I look at the heart bag that Louis Vuitton released after the Boite Souple. I chose not to buy that bag because of my experience with the Boite Souple, which is that, yes, it holds more than you expect. You can get, I think, a mini pochette into the Boite Souple and a few other things. I just was feeling like, you know, restricted. I was feeling like I couldn't carry everything that I wanted with that bag. And then the other thing that started to happen is it got like the lining, the inside lining started to get wonky, and it was bothering me. And like I said, when things start to bother me on my bags, it just gets in the way of my experience. I had to let it go while I was still in love. And I think also at the time I ended up getting like all of my money back for that bag. So it was just like, it just made a lot of sense. Like, I had it for a time, I loved it for a time, and then I moved on from it. The next bag that I sold was the Lorette. The Lorette, do you remember this beautiful bag? The reason why I bought it was because it came with this beautiful fuchsia and neat, like orange. It was like a mixture of fuchsia and orange. Fuchsia and orange, yes, yes. It was a mixture of that on this beautiful leather strap. And I love pink. I love hot pink. I love fuchsia. I decided that it wasn't big enough, which is the reason why I sold it. It also was not big enough. Like, it could fit a phone. It could fit maybe your card case. I was just figuring things out. I liked the color of it. At the time, Louis Vuitton, they were releasing different bags. They're always releasing different bags. It appealed to me, but it wasn't functioning for me. So I ended up letting it go. The next bag, number 7, is the Galliera PM in Azure. So this bag is beautiful, okay? This bag is a stunner, and I still love this bag, and I'm kicking myself to this day that I let it go. I should never have let it go. It was in pristine condition, and I just felt like it wasn't the right time for me when I had this bag. I had young kids. I could not deal with them around a white bag. Many people would say, put the bag away. But I wanted to wear it, and I wasn't using it. And when I wasn't using it, I can't stand having too much stuff in my closet, having too much stuff around me. And I really kicked myself for selling it. It had a zero lining in it. This bag had feet in it. So many people had this bag in the monogram, and I loved it in Azure. But do you know who has this bag in Python? KBotLV. I had the Galliera in Azure, and then after, I think, like, I saw KBotLV, she bought the Galliera in Python. She said that was the only bag she wanted in that print. And I said, good for you, girl. Good for you. So I ended up selling the Galliera because I had little ones at the time and it wasn't working out, and I regret it. I do. Anyway, I'm going to move on to number 8, which is the Milla Pouch. So long ago, it's got to be 10 years, Louis Vuitton released something called the Milla Pouch. It reminds me of the Favorite, only the Favorite has a flap and this is a zipper. So then I would say it reminds me of the Eva clutch, which also has a zipper, and only this is smaller. It's a smaller little SLG, and inside it had microfiber lining and a pocket. I loved it. I used to carry it around inside like other little bags or on its own, just putting my money into it, cash, you know. The only thing I didn't like about it is I didn't like carrying cards around. Like, this is the thing, is I didn't at the time have a card holder, like a little card wallet. Maybe I should have bought something like that, but I was just like putting cash in it and feeling like, where do I put my cards? You know, like, where do I put my phone? I don't think my phone could fit in it either. Those things really bother me. So I wasn't getting the all-in-one experience. I ended up buying it from eBay and selling it back to eBay. Moving on to the next one, the Neverfull. Number 9, the Neverfull. So I bought a Neverfull in Rose Ballerine. It was Damia Bin canvas, Rose Ballerine lining, and loved it. I loved it for the pink interior. I didn't care for the Neverfull experience. I'm sorry to say, I know it's a traditional and many beautiful ladies love their Neverfull, so I'm definitely not discounting it. For me, it just didn't work out. That bag just did not work for me. I don't know if it was the shape of the bag. Maybe it was the shape, because I definitely played with the shape of the bag, like folding it in, letting it out. I don't know if it was the inversion of it getting smaller at the bottom and wider at the top. It's just did not work for me. That is all I can say about the Neverfull. Like, I liked it when I had it, but it wasn't love. So I ended up letting it go. All right, moving on to number 10. Number 10 is the Retiro PM. This is such a beautiful bag. I can't say I regret selling it, but I feel nostalgic about this bag. It's representative to me of the Speedy, similar to the Cité. And I think this is probably why I'm okay with having let it go now, is accidentally I sold this bag. I had tried a new feature on Poshmark where I like to sell, and had forgotten that I had turned this feature on, and which is basically going to allow you to sell your bag like the speed of light, basically, is what happened. I kind of like miss that bag, but I don't. I guess what I should say is, like, what I loved about it was that it had feet. It was classic. The vachetta. There was a strap that came with it so you could wear it on your shoulder. I used to carry that bag for vacation, on the plane, to the beach, on travel. It held everything. And I loved the pockets. I loved the functionality. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous. Well, like I said, number one, it was an accident. Like, I didn't mean to really sell it, but also I think I wasn't mad that I sold it, because at the time it was probably one of those bags that was being neglected. I wasn't reaching for it, and I rotate my bags. I wear all my bags. So I wasn't reaching for that bag. Isn't that sad? I was so sad for it. And I was happy for it to find another home, a loving home. I hope wherever it went, it got to a loving home. So that was the Retiro PM. That's the story behind that one. And I have a bonus. Yes, I do. I do have a bonus for us. I wasn't going to do 11 bags, but why not? I love surprises. This is why you gotta stay to the end. I hope you stayed to the end. So I just tied my twilly onto my pochette Matisse, and I plan to use this baby. This is one of my favorite bags to use in the fall. And when she's dressed up and ready to go outside like this, it's even more fun together. This bag I have had 3 times. Yep. And she's not going anywhere this time. I have learned my lesson. I have sold this bag, bought this bag, repaired this bag, sold this bag, and finally just bought this bag back. I adore the pochette Matisse. It's one of my favorites. So if you have those feelings about bags that you adore, go out and fulfill it. Go out and get what you desire, get what you need. You know, don't go into debt or anything like that doing it. So make sure you plan for it. I hope if you're with me until the end that you enjoyed this video. These are the 11 bags that I have bought and sold. And reseller market is popping right now. If you're not interested in what is in the primary luxury market, go out there and see what they've got on the reseller market. Our new friend to the luxury world, Michele Luxury, has gone and gotten her first Chanel bag from Rebag. So go check out her channel. I think that's what's up, that new people are joining the luxury community. If there's one thing that I can say, it's that I've met many wonderful people by joining YouTube. And I want to say thank you again for 1,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. I just started this journey for fun, and it is ending up to be so much fun. So if you like the relaxation, you know, I'm all about good vibes here. If you like the relaxation with a little bit of luxury lifestyle, right? And a focused mindset, because we got to stack our coins over here, then I hope you stay tuned and you come back for more. And until the next time, if you like this video, then check out my 10 luxury bags I said no to and why. You'll probably enjoy that one too.